Sorry about the interruption. My kid's mum found out that I'd married someone else and she tried to kill us both. Um, she's happily married, apparently. Um, yeah, what I was saying is if I did enjoy some Bud Lights responsibly, I know that due to my tracking collar that's implanted in the side of my neck here, right on my carotid artery, that if any of my savagery from what I had to be doing kind of flared up, I'd be instantly incapacitated by the um, Australian federal government. And as I said, I've only been a peacekeeper for a long fucking time. I haven't started violence. I don't think ever. I think all those cunts had it coming to them. Yeah. So say Bud Light did manage to get me a wheelbarrow filled with American dollars transferred into Australian dollars, because nobody wants American dollars here until we all learn to, I don't know, responsibly. You're getting them taken off you because you don't know how to use them properly. Okay? This is what's happening. If you can't use it responsibly, like my granddad's gun. That's a beautiful song, My Granddad's Gun. Look it up. I think it's called Granddad's Gun. Then you get it taken off you because you've diluted them all, haven't you? You cut them up like little pieces of confetti. You can't get one little dollar and chop it up into lots of little confetti. Then you, yes, indeed, can have a celebration, but you cannot have a functioning country. Functioning country needs to run on a solid metal or something like that, or some type of actual thing. Yeah? And too long has gold been the standard. Oh, my scissors fell out. Oh shit! Looks like something crazy is about to happen. Too long has gold been the only metal that has had value in our monetary system. This obsession with gold, with shiny gold, like you're some type of fucking Tony Montana Egyptian pharaoh or something, has led to just insanity, and where people thought that they could just chop up their $1 paper money and distribute it into the fucking ether using ones and zeros that fucking Steve Jobs didn't understand because he wasn't wearing any shoes. You don't listen to people that aren't wearing shoes when it comes to money. That's why whenever I talk about money, I put my shoes on first. Okay? Yes, he was very good with the calligraphy and the fonts and the beautiful walled garden, but when it comes to money, you need to put the scissors away. You need to stop chopping up those little dollar bills onto things, and we need to use silver. What was that? We need to use silver. What? Excuse me? We need to use silver. Silver dollars. What? A silver dollar? What per se is a silver dollar? Well, if you ask any of the people in America that have tons of guns, they'll tell you exactly. You won't be able to stop them. They'll just keep fucking telling you. They'll just keep on telling you exactly what a silver dollar is. And a silver dollar, when you go and dig something out of the ground, or you go and drill a fucking hole, or you go and put up an I-beam, or you fucking go and fucking shear a sheep, or you're fucking sweeping the floor, or you're taking the trash out, or you're fucking, I don't know, having serving drinks at the ale house, whatever you cunts call a fucking pub, then when you get paid in a silver dollar. And then there'll be machines, and you put your silver dollar in the machines, and it loads you up with credit into the digital fucking monster world where Mr. Beast lives. Outright, Mr. Beast can only fuck with your stupid money and not with your real fucking money. Your real money is held in silver dollars. Exactly as Peter Jackson wanted it in the beginning, and that's why they killed him, and they tried to kill Donald Trump, because we were going to do the same thing. And they didn't know that they had a fucking secret Crocodile Dundee, fucking master fucking ninja, time-travelling fucking wizard in their hand holding a fucking chopstick. That's right, that's a fucking chopstick. Nothing is meaningless in this whole presentation. The fact that I'm holding a chopstick insinuates that perhaps people that use chopsticks are in support of this physical backed currency and not going into a fucking digital casino in the entire world. And it's lucky that because of that Grandad's Gun song that all those people with the guns in America agree with me. They've agreed with me for a long time. And it's a wonderful day for realness, reality. And you will feel a million times better when you get paid. At the end of the week, right? When you go to your boss. Yeah, hey boss, big week this week. Put in a fucking really hard work to get you over the line this week, cunt. Just call him a cunt, right? And just always make sure, like this, big week this week, boss. Wasn't it? We really got you over the line there, got this fucking deadline achieved, didn't we? Now where's me money? And he'll go, ding, 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 ding. And time will stop as that silver dollar flips in the air in physical reality. And thank you, sir. Pleasure doing business with you in the physical world. This is a dream that every white American has had, and every black American, and every Hispanic American, and every true patriotic American president there has ever been, including that magnificent man, Donald Trump. The silver dollar. The proverbial silver bullet. So maybe the bullets can stay in the gun cabinet. Because there's only one reason for that Second Amendment. I'm hoping it's the Second Amendment. And it's this. It's so that if something goes to fucking hell, your finger starts getting itchy, and you just slowly all start walking to the gun cabinet. Sober, cold, calculated. You just slowly walk there and you say, I'm a little bit sick of getting paid in fucking fairy dust. Yet I'm a little bit sick of that fairy dust continuously being less valuable than it was yesterday when I did the work. I did the work yesterday. And so the fact that it's the money that you're paying me is worth less than it was yesterday means that I've had to pull my chopstick out of my fucking hair and demand that unless the physical workers of the world get paid in silver, this chopstick is going to get brain all over it. Lots and lots of brain. And although brain is a tasty concoction of cellular activity, I'd prefer to not get brain on my chopstick, and so I'd just prefer it if the United States went onto a silver standard for physical workers that move physical things. Like, say this, watch this, ready? How would I get paid for moving this glass in the real world? I'd get paid in silver. Silver. then I get to hold on to my silver coins that are actually indeed worth something, because silver is a very usable material. And when I get paid in that silver dollar, I know that my physical work has done this. And then if you want to sell your ass on the internet, you can sell it for fucking whatever the fuck thing. Or if you want to, you know what I mean? You want to do anything on the internet, that will still exist. It's just there will be a canyon. Some would say perhaps this canyon is grander than the Grand Canyon. I wouldn't want to ruffle any feathers, but I would say it is. Okay? And because it is a multinational fucking conglomerate of good old boys, I'd say the fact that when you walk onto your front lawn with a Bud Light in your hand and a pocket full of silver dollars, and you just envision that canyon built by men, built by real men, is there. And you's all fucking dug that cunt. And everybody knows that you did. And if you're here on this day, the day of completion of the grandest, grand, spectacular canyon that has ever been invented or built or laboured on, and we shall fight them on the beaches. We shall build a canyon so deep and so wide that it shall never be crossed, not by any man, woman, man, woman, elephant riding, Hannibal character, or any such creature, whether terrestrial or extraterrestrial. It shall be a victory for us all on this day, as we all have our first day off in our entire lives, and we know that because of the chopstick conveniently hidden in our hair, we shall have a physical currency for the work that we do to make sure that people have houses, to make sure that people have fucking meat, to make sure that people have fibers, and people have shovels, and people have knives, and people have wheelbarrows, and people have all the physical things that make this world wonderful. And then I put like one of my silver dollars in the machine and I use it all up. I use it all up on whatever the fuck I want to. I use it all the fuck up. Just up however I want to do that. And I put my chopstick back in my hair and I go, wasn't this a wonderful little fucking world that we've made here, fellas? We built a tower. They wanted it to be Babel. And then we said, fuck off. Let's make it a babbling brook. Like I have. A brook is just water that flows slowly. You can make a brook, right? You could take sections of New York right now. Stay with me, right? If you're on your 10th Bud Light, you might have a bit of trouble, but stay with me on this journey, right? Think of New York, okay? Think of Central Park, right? New York is it's just buildings. There's too many fucking cars there, and everyone needs more exercise because RFK just told you that you need more exercise. So how about instead of having a dead flat bottom, right? We just get sections of the buildings and we make like mountains and shit around them. Yeah? So we make the landscape irregular rather than flat. And we do this by bringing in rubble from other places that are perhaps not working. And so you just systemically kind of redesign it. Because this is the thing that I've discovered yesterday. Most of it I'm going to keep secret because I think it's funnier that way. And most of my life revolves around suspense. So certain ground level things You sacrifice those to the greater good of making this irregular fucking wonky fucking landscape in New York City with brooks and things like that and fucking little fucking alcoves. Alcoves? Alcoves. I was thinking Alcatraz. That movie with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery about escaping from Alcatraz. I think it's called The Rock. Yeah. It's like this tower is not economically viable anymore. Well, why don't we cut it off like this? Why don't we smash it, leave the top of it out, plant some trees in it, and create like a little spiral mountain that goes around it. Yeah, and the whole block of that region. Why don't we just block it off to cars? Because everybody walks in New York anyway. But imagine walking up a hill, like a spiral fucking hill, and then there's like a little valley and a stream, so that the fucking forest returns to the city. Then you'll have something to fucking sing about. Then you'll have something to fucking sing about. And can you please send me a wheelbarrow filled with money? Maybe send me a wheelbarrow filled with silver dollars, with the finest silver dollars that Montana can muster. Does Montana make silver dollars? Probably does. I've got a silver belt buckle from Montana. So I would assume that Montana is pretty up to date with making silver dollars. And that's what I want. I want silver dollars. When I do physical work, I want silver dollars. And I will not accept any of your fucking bullshit. So please, please, please listen to us so we don't have to go and get our guns. Because if we go and get our fucking guns, we're going to make the whole world look like somewhere. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to fucking do that. We can do it, but we don't want to do it. Carefully. Whenever you're using a chopstick, and you'll notice it's blunt. It's blunt because that encouraged me to put the amount of force in to go through a temple if need be. Let me come back to peace. We change the world. We're all married to ourselves. Unless you want to be married to a woman, which is a big decision. So take it really seriously. Don't rush into those things, okay? It's not a fucking initial coin offering. Yeah, it's a lifelong union. So don't jump in if you're not fucking sure. Fellas? Fellas is a word for men down in Australia. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy about this. I will forward it to I think to the president himself. Because my delusions of grandeur have gotten completely carried away. And yeah, I hopefully can get a grasp on that before it, I don't know, brings any destruction or sorrow to my family. I'm sorry that my delusions of grandeur. Imagine, all you need to do, ready? Imagine someone like this talking to a slave picking cotton. This is going to be racist, so hold on, okay? Tom Morello, Snoop Dogg. If possible, you need to cover me on this because I'm going deep. I'm going deep racist here. Your crew's not been picking efficiently, you know what I mean? Like, We only had 3 bales yesterday. We need to bring that up to about 6 bales. But sir, I had this idea about I wanted to make a distribution device for like plastic things with the grooves on it where we get all the singers that we have. I said 6 bales, cunt. It sounds like you've got delusions of grandeur. What possible good could you distributing plastic discs around the world with some niggers fucking chirping on a fucking guitar? What possible good could that bring to the world? Europe needs cotton. Germany needs cotton. And you are picking that cotton. And you are fed and housed appropriately for all that cotton picking goodness. Now, don't let these delusions of grandeur get in the way of a successful day of picking. That would be a terrible, terrible situation. And then think of the small child unable to have their double-breasted waistcoat for their inaugural first day of school in Europe. If you go and follow those delusions of grandeur and waste all your time and money producing something that absolutely no one would ever want nor benefit from. So I suggest to you, you small, inferior Negro, that you pick faster tomorrow. Okay? I don't want to have to introduce you to the disciplinarian, because we all know what the disciplinarian will do if these delusions of grandeur do not come down to a manageable, containable situation. We're going to have to limit your food, and we're probably going to have to stick you in that box that just sits out in the sun all day. Yes? So you can see that delusions of grandeur will indeed lead to sorrow. Sorrow. I mean, that's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same thing. When I said, hey, Mum, I'm going to make a fucking national glass company that sorts out all the guys so that they, get paid in silver dollars rather than fucking whizzle dags. Or wazzle dollars. That would be the next step. They'd not even call them dollars. They'd call them wazzle dozzers. How many wazzle dozzers have I made this week, sir? How many wazzle dozzers have I made this week, sir? Well, son, you've done quite good. You've made 10,000 wazzle dozzers this week. Oh, I appreciate it, sir. I'm going to go straight to the shop and buy myself a big old carton of Great Northern beers and celebrate with me mates. Well, that would be a satisfactory way to spend your wazzle dozzers. Don't spend all your wazzle dozzers at once. Yes? That week is going to roll around, and perhaps if you maintained a couple of wazzle dozzers, you could get yourself out of this situation that you've got yourself into by generations and generations of overspending, not thrifty investing like me. See, I use materials that are actually existent in the world, like silver. And you can't even keep enough wazzle dozzers to buy your family a small piece of land or something like that. Yes, it is a silly situation, and you only have yourself to blame. If you didn't have these delusions of grandeur that you constantly are telling me about, like you want to build, automatic distribution devices that very efficiently move product around the world using the power of wind, then you would perhaps be able to keep a couple of wazzle-dozzers and get yourself a farm and actually get to work in making your own empire. White people don't like being slaves. Black people don't like being slaves. No one likes being a slave. And that's what this digital monetary system has become. It's not a total loss. As I said, it has some usages. It's just not a fix-all for the whole fucking thing. And I wouldn't go pissing all the physical workers of the Western world off at the same time. Because that's when you'll find that your fucking your fucking investment banking, or your fucking, digital analytics, or your public relations, or your fucking administrative human relations, whatever fucking corporate title you have, will be about as worthless as an American US dollar in the economy where all the physical workers stop working and just start working on themselves. Like all the self-help shit that the corporate middle class gobbles down as if it was fucking Cookie Monster's cookies. Because we don't need money to operate. We've already got everything we need. And so when we do decide to do work for people that can't do things for themselves, we will demand that we're paid with an actual physical representation of the value that we've given, so that we don't have to all collectively go to our gun closets. And it would be about as quick as that. It would take me 5 minutes. I could go, we're on. Yeah, no, they didn't listen. Yep. And then we're like, alrighty, we all go to our gun closets at the same time. And we just clean the place up. Because there's fucking leaves and shit everywhere, and it's flammable. So that's why all these fires happen. And like any tool, once we're done, we'd put it carefully back in the closet. And that we just don't want to have to do that. And we really need you to know how connected and how united we are on this fucking front with this. Because if you don't have blisters, or have never had blisters on your thumbs, right, whether from riding your BMX, because BMXs used to have this thing, so everyone who's ridden a BMX knows about blisters on your thumbs, whether you've fucking pushed a broom, whether you've fucking done anything physical in the world, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. My investment to this state that I live in, Western Australia, is far larger than the majority of people, because I've built things that are going to be there for a fucking long time. My labour has a time stamp into the future, which if I was anyone else, if I was a performer, this would be called royalties. Now, where are my royalties for my sculptural work? You've commoditised the people that you need, and you've self-served yourself. And now, all the people in America and Australia with guns have those sights firmly on you, and we've discussed how we're going to deal with it. We're going to bring containers of gasoline, and we're going to glad wrap you in your buildings, and we're going to pour gasoline on the street, and we're going to exterminate the situation unless silver dollars are established as a global physical labour payment uniform payment under all places that wish to do it. Now, I can't say anything for the chopstick. The chopstick's behind me, okay? The chopstick does what the chopstick wants. I don't interfere. I just know that the chopstick's there in case I need it. But we need to have a physical representation of physical labour done. Because otherwise, because we're very capable in this physical labour, which is really the only thing you ever need in life, we will get gradually and very carefully, step by step, we will get more and more pissed off until the day comes when I drop the fucking sheet on the ground and everyone knows. That wasn't it, by the way. For all you trigger happy fucking yeehaws, that was just a trial. That was like a fire drill. That was a fire drill for the dropping the sheath. If we all collectively drop the sheath at the same time, I'm not going to be able to stop that fucking force. No one is. Not even Joe Rogan. Not even Trump. Not even Putin. No one is going to be able to stop that. And it will lead to catastrophe. Catastrophe of epic proportions. So, that's why you need to listen to the person that fixes your fucking window, or the person that puts your deck on the back of your veranda, whatever your patio. What do you guys call it? This fucking Tower of Babel shit is confusing. You need to listen to the person who builds your house, who takes your garbage out, who makes the physical world operate while you move numbers around, or while you do all the other shit. So the scissors are back in the sheath. Pretty good day, pretty friendly day. And I'm going to knock off. Because as I said, I'm on vacation. This is voluntary. This is like, I don't need to do this, but this is just like, I might just do a bit of that this morning before I go and finish building this house. With this new experimental building technique that's probably going to revolutionise the world in Australia, that I just came up with yesterday, and I'm going to do the prototype now. So, yeah. Anyway, that ought to do it. It's amazing what you can get done when we all help each other out, when we all look out for each other. You know what I mean? Instead of me going, oh, these Americans are fucking lazy and fucking entitled and shit and fucking spoilt and fucking aggressive, and this Canadian slapped me in Albany once, and I fucking still fucking think about it. I don't know why he slapped me. It was the weirdest thing I've ever fucking seen a human do, but I suppose Canadians are pretty fucking weird. Look at that Van Wilder character. He's fucking the strangest person I've ever seen. He's got some real fucking brooding psychopath energy just underneath his beautiful fucking chiseled features and firm fucking sexual body. I bet he's fucking... No, anyway. Yeah, when we all get along, when we all fucking look out for each other, it's amazing what we can get done. Yeah. All right. Cleaned Mum's house as well. Did some redecorating. It's pretty good. Be interesting if my children helped me at any point. I remember when I was a child, I used to help. Perhaps that's not an Irish thing. I've never been to Ireland. I don't want to speak for all Irish people. I don't want to insinuate that all Irish people are like this, because that would be racism. But based on my observations in this country from people from Ireland, pretty consistent pattern there. Maybe that's because they're not getting paid in real things. They're getting paid in fucking dollary doos. Or was-dozzers. That's what we should call it. From now on, under royal decree, the Australian dollar is no longer going to be referred to as the Australian dollar. It's going to be referred to as a was-dozzer. Was-dozzers. Because it was dozzers and now it's not. And America, hey, if you want to follow suit, you know what I mean? If you're a fireman or a police officer or a construction worker or a garbage man or a fucking mechanic or a heavy driller or a rigger or a crane operator or a anything really, carpenter. You all love carpenters. Like Harrison Ford was a carpenter before he was Han Solo. And the American dollar and the Australian dollar used to be $1, and that's why you call it WASDOZers now. How many WASDOZers this week, boss? And then, based on inflation, see, this is what no one's got. You get the inflation rate. You go and speak to these old boys that say, back in my day, we used to fucking climb to the fucking thing, we'd do that for only fucking 30 fucking p. You do a time and movement analysis of what that bloke actually fucking did for his money. Then you do an inflation basis on, say, a hard commodity like gold or silver. Then you get your calculator out and you go, righto, well, he worked this hard for this long to get this. And then based on this inflation, which I've seen in my location was in the last 50 years, was something like 3,300%. So for me to do 3,300% less work every hour would be, I don't even know. I'd have to be surrounded by fucking like prostitutes, and having like caviar constantly spooned into my mouth to even achieve that. I think we'd be getting in negative work territory, and that's what we're in. We're in negative work territory. People, rather than being constructive because of all the inflation, they're being destructive. They're being cannibalistic, just to balance the books. And this is what a hardback silver dollar is going to prevent, because you'll know that silver is silver. Yeah, you'll just know that. We'll all know that. When I rock up to I rock up to a convenient port, with my wares in the United States, I know that when I have a fucking chest load of silver dollars, that I will indeed be able to participate in whatever fare that wonderful port has to offer. It's a wonderful situation. Yeah. Alrighty. I might do a tour of what I did yesterday later on, but I might not as well, because I like to keep a bit of privacy. Nothing. It's not all, If my kids want to see what I've done, they can come and see me, and hey, maybe they could fucking pick up a broom for 5 minutes, get some fucking blisters of their own, just like their dad. Yeah, because I've pretty much, since I was 5 years old, except for when I had to conquer a new fucking technology that didn't have blisters, but it does. It blisters in my fucking brain because of it. And if you want an experience exactly what it's like to be me, I'd suggest you to go and get a roll of duct tape, because you're going to need that anyway. Put it in your fucking bottom drawer. It basically holds the world together, duct tape. Stick the width of duct tape, which is about close to 2 inches. Block the 2 inches at the bottom of your phone screen off, and then try and save the world on that device, and then have a break and do all the work that lazy people haven't been doing in an extremely timely manner, to show that your capabilities on the internet are in fact interchangeable in the real world. And then you will spy, if you're a young person, especially a young man in this country, you will spy the unachievable summit of human capacity. You'll be like, holy shit, life is way harder than I thought it was going to be. I can't wait to get to work and try and be better than that. Yeah. I'd say it's the gold standard of humanity. Guess it's not a delusion anymore.